All right, what's up guys? We're going to be talking about the ability to get the snap from the center, and really you can separate yourself a lot here in being able to help your running backs get a great opportunity to make a lot of yards in running the ball. And when you can have a running back get you 4 to 8 yards, then that's going to help you as a quarterback. So you really want to look at it like this is an investment for you, because the better you can set up the running game, the more people are going to respect that when it comes to the play action, as well as that's got to make the linebackers come up, that's going to make the safeties come up, it's going to make everybody have to play closer to the line of scrimmage because they have to be able to stop the run. When you're under center here, and I know not very many people talk about this, but you really want to be able to push that bottom hand as you're beginning to separate. And I like to, when I was playing, I would go and push up, you can snap at the ball here. I would push up, and as I was pushing up, I would also be taking a step simultaneously. So we don't want to go and do it again, get the snap, and then after that, go and take a step, because then that ends up kind of throwing off the rhythm. You can go and make up a little bit of distance if you can go and catch the ball, go and snap it, go, and also take it and be able to simultaneously take a step while actually getting the ball. Now, another thing that I would do is, let's say I had a stretch play to the right, I would usually have that foot a little bit further back as well to make it so it'd be a little bit easier for me to turn. So I'd be here and go. So now I can go and turn as I'm getting the ball simultaneously. So you want to make sure that you have a different way to be able to go to different sides, right? You don't want to make it too obvious, but again, if I'm going to the left, go, I would go in and already have that foot back. And that also could help for if there's like even on that counter plays, if you know when your guards are going to be pulling, I would recommend getting your feet out of the way there, right? Because nothing worse than getting stepped on by linemen as a quarterback. So you want to make sure that you have quick feet. If you have slow feet, it'll just take you a couple times to get stepped on before you figure out I'm going to get out of the way pretty quickly. But another thing that I would say when it comes to getting the snap is make sure that you're letting the center know if you're getting the laces, right? You want to make sure that as you're getting the ball, that as you're getting the top of your hands getting the laces, so then you're not trying to figure out where the laces are as you're going through the drop back, okay? It's hard enough to be able to really get the laces in general. If you're not able to, the big thing he's doing is just holding the thumb at the top of the laces as he's going through the snap. So typically as a center, I know that the teaching is at a shotgun, have the lineman hold the laces, where if you're going under center, have the lineman have the thumb on the laces, so then he can put them right in, put the laces right into your fingers. And then, when you get into the like 3-step drop, 5-step drop, just make sure you're getting plenty of depth, right? When you're here and go, you got to make sure you get good depth as you're getting away from or getting the ball from the center. Last thing here I would say too is when you get underneath, obviously you want to be able to get your hand all the way underneath. That your hand really wants to be at the top of like that underneath part of the hip. And I would even like push up a little bit. So some of the centers that I would play with, they'd like want to get their butt down so much, and you're like so far down here that you really can't, you're so immobile here. So when you get underneath, right, you got to really get your hand underneath, push them up a little bit there, so then you're in a position where you could actually be athletic and be able to move. Obviously, some of you guys might have a center that's just way too short and you have to kind of get down, but I would recommend try to get up as best as you can to make it so then when you're getting the ball, you're in a position where you can move side to side and pick up depth. So that's really the last thing that I would say there. Hopefully this helps you guys. I know not very many people talk about getting the ball from underneath center. I know that's not as common for a lot of people, but big thing is just try to keep those hands together best you can. When you separate your hands here, if you try to catch it or you separate your hands, that's when you end up having problems with the snap. And if you can't get the snap, you're not going to play quarterback, right? Even if you guys are a primarily shotgun team, it might work for you in the short term, but in the long run, you got to be able to get the snap as a quarterback. We would always spend probably 5 to 10 minutes after every practice, get like, I don't know, 25 to 50 snaps. Yeah, both under center as well as from shotgun. I know that the offensive line coach is always big on taking a couple steps with the center. Like the center should take steps, the quarterback should take steps, so you're kind of used to what that should be like. But I do recommend doing that just so you're on the same page. If you're on shotgun, make it so the center knows where to snap it, make it so he's getting it to around the belly button height, right? Because if you guys aren't taking extra snaps, then the likelihood of you getting a good snap is not nearly as high. So you want to be able to get as many snaps as you can, as often as you can, so then you could actually utilize that for being able to improve your relationship and make it so then he doesn't have to think about it as much as he's going through the game. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll talk to you soon.